down, Chicago Bears. Another disaster, another example of bad play calling, and Luke Getsy comes through one more time with the big loss. And Chicago Bears fall to 5-9. Now, there's a lot of people out there looking for positives, looking for Montez Sweat with another 3 sacks. Montez Sweat, a game changer. The Bears have 3 interceptions in the game. Guys, I'm here to tell you, when you intercept another team 3 times, when you are getting to the quarterback and you are sacking the quarterback over and over, and your offensive coordinator and your offense cannot find a way to win the game, you are not a good offensive team. And there is no coach in the league that should keep their job in that regard. Now, when you say, hey, maybe Bleeves you're a little bit hard on this guy, maybe he's at least done an admirable job. No, this is the second time that this has happened this year. Not only did they fail to score repeatedly throughout the fourth quarter, the Bears, one of the worst fourth quarter teams in all of football, cannot close out games. And that is verily the job of an offensive coordinator, to close out a game. That's what his responsibility is. That's what you want from your offensive coordinator, to find the plays, to recognize the defenses, to understand the concepts that are being thrown at you, and to make a play and to give your players an opportunity for success. And Luke Getsy has absolutely failed in every regard in this. And I apologize, guys. I don't want to seem look, sugarcoat it all we want. Of course, this is a failure of coaching. This is an absolute. And look, let's talk and let's go look at the plays. Let's get a breakdown of the plays first. This is the first issue here. You've got Justin Fields coming back to pass, wide open. Tonyan drops the ball on. Is that a touchdown play? Potentially. Let's look at it right here. Justin Fields does not throw it far enough. It's a little bit underthrown, so he does have to slow tiny bit right there to maybe give the defender an opportunity to catch up. So can we call it a touchdown play? Probably not, but it was a big play, and it was a big miss. It was a big miss. And that wasn't the end of it. Then you move on to the end of the game. Darnell Mooney with the ball in his hand, not just in his hands, in his midsection, where a receiver who catches balls, where a receiver who's supposed to make catches has the ball. What does Darnell Mooney do? Flops down, loses control. The Bears then lose. Now, be upset with Darnell Mooney. I am a little bit upset that Darnell Mooney missed that play. That's half of the children in powder puff football can make that reception. Can they make it with a game on the line? Maybe not. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Darnell Mooney. But guys, this team is supposed to be a bunch of well-paid individuals doing their job. Now, can you make mistakes? Obviously, you can make. When it matters, are you supposed to be making those mistakes? Well, that's what separates the bad teams from the good, and that's what's happening right now. Is you are witnessing the Chicago Bears unable to become the good team that we keep watching week in and week out. We keep seeing them getting closer and closer and closer to performance, and the defense is playing in rarefied air at this point. They are elite. I want to say the monsters of the Midway have returned, but we can't seem to get an offense that can score enough points to win a game for the best defense. Guys, this is ridiculous. This is absolute insanity. And to be clear, to be very, very clear, you have to look at what else is going on here. And guys, this is so simple here. You have Montez Sweat. You have Montez Sweat breaking through. You have Montez Sweat sacking the quarterback. You have him doing it over and over again. You have a game changer. You have an absolute game changer here at your disposal, and you can't muster. And by the way, it should be added that the Bears only scored 10 points. 7 of those points were the defense. The defense of the Chicago Bears almost outscored the offense of the Chicago Bears. This is an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment. But let's take this defense a little bit further. Gervon Dexter Sr. had a sack in back-to-back games. Tyreek Stevenson has an interception. The defense had 3 overall interceptions. Edmonds and Edwards are making plays. The defensive line could be scary next year. Yeah, they're scary this year. They're not giving up big runs. They're not giving up big plays. until the end of the game when they're getting tired because they spend their entire fourth quarter on the field because Luke Getsy can't control the ball and Justin Fields is not executing. And listen, I'm a Justin Fields fan. My belief that he should be back next year. I do like the guy. I like what I'm seeing so far. But at this point, why? Why give a guy 25, I think 32 million if he happens to make the Pro Bowl, which I'm not sure will ever happen. But let's just say that he's going to, the Bears will be on the hook next year. That's $7 million against the salary cap, then 25 million. And they have to make that choice right now. And to remember here, Caleb Williams grades out as the best quarterback coming out of college in our generation. So you do have to at least consider that. And you have Montez Sweat with 2.5 sacks. It's insanity at its finest, guys. I don't know what else to say. While all of this is happening, what do you have? You got Luke Getsy on the sidelines digging in. I mean, what is that? Where the plays are? I mean, it's another frustrating week for the Chicago Bears in a week that the Chicago Bears dominated a what apparently is better team and put ourselves into a position of victory, only to have that victory snatched out by guys, it takes a team to screw something up. So, we've got Tonyan dropping plays, we've got Darnell Mooney not making what shouldn't have to have been a big play, but it was a big play. And he had the ball in his grasp, not just his hands, in his midsection. How do you miss that play? How do you miss these simple plays? Khalil Herbert has to learn how to block when you've got we have to do a better job all around. Now, here's the frustrating part. The frustrating part is for 55 minutes of this game, the Chicago Bears were a dominant defense. They put it all on the line. They held the Browns to a low-scoring game, no matter how you look at it. And then it all goes for naught because Luke Getsy cannot execute a game plan with the game on the line. That should be the frustrating part. Now, I want to say this. I'm going to close this out with something that I want to say that I think is very important. The more the Chicago Bears win, the worse their second draft pick in this upcoming draft becomes. So I'm not telling anybody that I would agree that tanking the game is on tap, and I don't think that anybody should. However, I do recognize that just because this happened probably increases the draft stock for the Chicago Bears in that regard. And look, we didn't want it that way. So I take a little bit of solace in that fact. I take a little bit of heart in that, at least maybe we move up in the draft order just a tiny bit. Maybe that gives us an opportunity to get somebody better. Again, I really think that we need a Jared Verse. We need Marvin Harrison Jr. And guys, nothing that you can say changes the dynamic right now. And I know I said before, you can look at Justin Fields and you can make this argument one way or another. But look, Justin Fields has to make the plays. Justin Fields done a better job of making the plays. If we take that for consideration, then Darnell Mooney doesn't make plays. Tonyan doesn't make plays. DJ Moore, Cole Kmet make plays, but we need more. There has to be somebody else. Otherwise, you just double up on those guys, problem solved, because the Bears offense otherwise can't do anything. Now, this was the Cleveland Browns. So, maybe we can just chalk it up to a good defense, having a good game and beating us at our own play style. But that is so unfair because this team worked and deserved so much more than Luke Getsy. And guys, at the end of this, Luke Getsy is the entirety of the problem. And it is my belief that if they don't make a move away from Luke Getsy, they will hold on to him through the end of the year. They will. And it's wrong of them to do that. Because if Matt Eberflus, you'll never see this video, but if you do see this video, what you are doing with Luke Getsy in defending him and trying to keep it cohesive for the end of the year is admirable, because I would like to have an employer who takes care of me and covers my back while I try to figure out the best way forward. But this is a performance industry, and he has let you down, and he has let down 13 million people in Chicago, and we all but you want to see him gone. Now, what do you do with that? Stand by that? And if that's the case, if you stand by that because he's your guy and because you picked him, then you're not looking at the performance on the field. You're not objective enough, and you have to go too. And the McCaskey family had better quickly make the right decision. We have a good team here. Uh, we have a solid opportunity to be better than we currently are, and we're getting hamstrung by the coaching staff. Now, in closing, I would not like to see Matt Eberflus go. He's obviously connected with this defense. This defense is in, again, rarefied air. But if you can't score any points, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. You're not going anywhere. You're going to be an 8-8 mid-range team with no tremendous upside and no opportunity. But the cheat code in football right now is to have that defense dump your quarterback, get a cheap one in, and put some tools around him, which you can still do this in the draft, by the way. The Bears could still make some big moves and end up with Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. and still have DJ Moore and still have Cole Kmet. And the only person on the outs in this situation would be Justin Fields and Luke Getsy. There's no way he returns. But there is a possibility that all of these things that we would like to see happen actually do happen. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know I went on a little bit of a rant here, but it is largely infuriating, not the result. I expect the result. Anything that Luke Getsy coaches will not perform. We've seen that. We know that. The infuriating portion is that I know Matt Eberflus knows that too. I know that they understand that. I know they didn't have a problem getting rid of the defensive coordinator. So what does Luke Getsy have on Matt Eberflus? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. And we will talk to you again very, very soon. Another day, another disappointing loss for the Chicago Bears.